winning is everything.
We're the ones who get to die. We're the lucky ones. You only get to die for having lived. Most people who could ever exist will never even be born. You won the lottery. Most people will never even know there was a lottery.
I just don't get the mentality of being head down sad. Please, take a step back and think about how awesome it actually is. And then recognize that you can attack the world in a totally different way because you were lucky enough to be born during this era.
Yes, you were rejected the last time, but go for it again. You were overlooked the last time, but show up again. Why? Because you are not finished. It is not over. You are not done. It is not too late.
We all got a responsibility. We all got to be accountable. We all got to put in work. But don't give up. Because there's somebody out there right now that is hurting. There's somebody out there right now that is struggling. There's somebody out there right now that's got it a little bit tougher than you do. So why are you going to give up now? Anything that comes your way, you got to be prepared to accept the challenge and go through it. Don't lay on your back. If something's on your chest, get it off. As long as you're breathing, as long as that heart is pumping blood, you're not dead yet. They haven't put rose petals on your box yet. Make sure every breath you take counts for something.
You really want something, just in my life experience, when you really want something, you're gonna find a way, ultimately. And it might not be today or next year, or 5 years or 10 years, but this thing takes priority and precedent over all other things. Do I like it enough to get out of this comfort zone that I'm in and to make some sacrifices of my time, of my energy, of my effort? In this life, it's not necessarily guaranteed that you'll get there, but I know what's not guaranteed is you being comfy and getting there. That's not happening.
You are the general that is in charge of your life. In charge of the war of your life. Some people talk about being the CEO of your life. I'm telling you, you are the general of your life. Because it's a war. It's a war going on. The battle that's going on in your life to be stronger and smarter and faster and better. So that means as the general, you're the one who decides what you do and how you're going to do it. You come up with a strategy. It's on you. You create the tactics. You, as the general in charge, you make the plan and you give the orders to the troops. That's what you do. You direct them because you are the general.
Life is not going to get easier. It's just that your mind and your body become more resistant, more strong. Same situation, more relaxed. Why? Because you finally start to find a solution that is within your reach, within your hands.
It's time to understand that if you want to get something out of your life, you got to be willing to work for it. How much are you really willing to give? Are you prepared to hurt? Are you prepared to struggle? Because if you're not that person, then lay back down. Stay where you are. Don't move forward. Move backwards. But if you are the person that you say you are, we don't have time to wait. Because time doesn't owe you anything. Time is not thinking about you. Time has already made up its mind. What you gonna do? Who said it's supposed to be easy? It takes grit. It takes tenacity. It takes sacrifice.
If you're an underdog, man, the beauty of being someone who has to go through struggle, the beauty, because you get that. If there's no struggle, there's no struggle, then it's not, there's no journey. There's no journey.
It's easy to say I want to climb something. It's difficult once the climate changes around you. What do you do and who do you become when there's no one cheering for you? What do you do when there's no one believing in you? What do you do when there is no one but an audience of one? It's you and your work ethic against the rest of the world. Do you still want to climb that mountain? Mountain climbers are for those who truly understand that it's going to be a lonely road. But once you get there, the view is worth the climb.
Life, you have to have no fear. You have to have no fear. You have to believe in who you are and what you do, and just go fucking get it.
Now, you might not realize it right now, but one day, all that hard work you're putting in is gonna pay off. I promise you. Just keep going.
Life is, if you're growing and you're talented and you're gifted, like your talent, your skill can get you out of certain problems. Right? And then you get to a certain point in life, you hit a certain level of adversity and opposition, and your advantage becomes your disadvantage. And if you ain't built right, if you ain't cut right, it's going to annihilate you.
A lot of people forget that. So I have a thing that I do that I find makes it easier to do this. If I separate those two elements in my head, right? I separate those two elements in my head. How do I do that? I write down things that need to happen. I write the orders to myself. Task lists. That's the general in me. That's the general in me doing the writing. This is what we're gonna do. Here's the plan. Here's what we gotta make happen. And then the soldier receives the orders. The soldier sees them. The soldier reads them. And then the soldier executes. The soldier doesn't ask questions. The soldier doesn't complain. The soldier doesn't hesitate. The soldier executes. And you got to get that soldier part of your brain working. That's what the soldier's supposed to do. Execute. So that's what you need to do. You need to separate and clearly understand those two parts of your brain, the general and the soldiers. And when the general and the soldiers both do what they're supposed to do, that's a united front. And that's an unstoppable force. That's discipline up and down the chain. And that is how wars are won. So, be the general, be the soldiers, and go win the war.